As a moving business owner, your day starts with a plan. But what happens when your movers don't show and that plan falls apart? Last minute no-shows. You're left to bootstrap, jumping in as an extra body. Yet sometimes, even that's not enough. This isn't just a disruption, it's a barrier to your business growth. Introducing Moving Force, your on-demand moving team. With Moving Force, say goodbye to no-shows and hello to peace of mind. With reliable, on-demand staff ensures you're never undermanned, turning your operational nightmares into a thing of the past. Moving Force, where every day is moving day and every move is smooth. Empower your business and keep growing without missing a beat. Join Moving Force today and move forward with confidence.
All right, everybody. We are these. Welcome to another episode of Mornings with Movers, y'all. Hearing myself isn't fun sometimes. But yeah, so welcome to another episode of Mornings with Movers. I'm Dwyght with Moving Force. Also, Mack's Moving Training. We got Ryan Marsh with Super Move in the building. He representing today. Got the shirt on the road. But yeah, we're gonna have a good episode today. Reminder. Next week is our celebration episode where we're gonna be dropping these gems. We got a lot of great guests coming back. So definitely tune in next Thursday. But yeah, Ryan, what is going on?
Well, 2 weeks ago, we kicked off our Supermove Summer Roadshow. Started in Toronto, looped down through Buffalo, Rochester, Syracuse, Elmira, Albany. And currently, we've been in Boston since, I don't even know what day it is. Today's Thursday. So yeah, we got to Boston Sunday night. So we've been, basically what we're doing is we're traveling the country, trying to find the elite movers across America and highlight the hell out of them and their people and the hardworking men of their organization. So we're filming a ton of content, doing a bunch of interviews, and really seeing what makes these guys tick and what makes these moving companies elite. And it's been eye-opening, Dwyght, I'll tell you. Going to all the moving companies that we have been to at this point, it's just been, I think, the one highlight. I can't name names yet, but I think, the one organization, when it came down to training, we started diving in the training process, and it was so much deeper than packing boxes, wrapping furniture, things of that nature. Of course, they have that aspect of their training, but where they really dive deep into is emotional intelligence for their movers and their crews and their crew leads. Also, conflict resolution training, and so many more. It's something I have not seen in this industry yet. I'm sure there's other companies that do it, but this was the first for me. I thought that was super, super impressive.
Okay. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
Okay. Are you pulled over right now?
I am pulled over, and I'm actually in the Super Move. I can give you a tour of the wagon if you want to see it.
Yes, sir.
All right, let me see if I can do this. The neighborhood is looking at me like I am probably crazy. Hop out here. We're actually going live now. This is pretty sweet.
Okay. That is awesome. Oops, we can't hear you, but it's all right.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, sir.
Awesome. So I'm in the back of this buggy, which is pretty sweet. We have TV where we can do some demos. We also have like a bench seating, swivel pieces here, so we can go ahead and do podcasts and things like that with customers and potential customers as we continue to drive around the United States here. So that's kind of the Super Buggy in a nutshell here. But let me hop back in so you can hear me.
Yeah, but that's awesome. And you guys don't see these, your other CRM players out there doing these type of things. That's just to say just a tad bit more of, how far a company is willing to go to make sure that, their customers are very satisfied and the software that they use, they're, backing it with all of these things to go around and just, put your name out there and get information and continue to make their system better so that you guys have a better representation, a better service that is just something that's just a part of your company.
Yeah, and if you think about it, right, like movers peak season is kind of a software organizations. I don't want to say non-peak because people are always buying software, right? But instead of us sitting back, twiddling thumbs and doing some other things, now obviously our team is doing all sorts of tremendous work on the back end, but what about somebody like myself and other teams? There's not that many conferences, no conferences basically in the summertime. So, what better way to get out there, get in front of our current customers, find out what's working, find out what they'd like to see or have or what have, and then even potential customers, seeing how they operate. So, I feel like the more we can learn about our customers, the more we can dive deeper into this ever-changing industry, the better off we are. So, I've said this since day one. Supermove is a software that doesn't sleep. As you can see, I'm a little tired, getting a little bit sick, I think. This is my second week straight on the road. I've got one more stop here at 10 o'clock. So I'm hoping to be home by 5:30, 6 o'clock tonight, get some rest, hang with the family, and then bombing back out to New York City either Sunday night or early Monday morning. So we got a hell of a week planned for next week. It's basically New York City, Philly, and Baltimore. We're coming for you.
When your team isn't trained, mistakes happen. Jobs go wrong. Customers complain. And your business? It suffers. At Mack's Moving Training, we help moving companies like yours build strong, reliable teams from the inside out. From mover and driver training to sales, operations, marketing, and leadership, we give your people the skills to succeed. When everyone is trained, everything runs smoother and your business grows stronger. Training isn't optional. It's essential. Stop guessing. Start training. Join Mack's Moving Training today.
All right, you heard it first. Now, obviously, y'all, again, Moving Force is your on-demand labor team. Basically, whenever you guys need movers, or you guys just need any help for big projects or whatever the case is, we do not want you guys to lock up your schedule because you guys are max capacity. Maybe you guys are even tired this summer already because you guys are going 7 days straight. This is where we bring your vetted, trained movers in for you. You guys don't have to worry about extra payroll or anything like that. You guys can give your guys a break. Work these guys in with your A players or B players, whatever you classify them as. Work these guys in with them and let these guys or ladies, whoever, because I'm not going to be sexist here. There are some ladies that can actually do the job. Let them go to work. Let them do this work. Let them help you guys stay active and make as much money as you guys can this summer. So reach out to us. You can either go to movingforce.co and reach out to us, or just send us an email. You can email me, Dwyght@movingforce.org, and we'll definitely get someone out there to reach out to you and basically get you on board go through the whole process and make sure that basically you guys are taken care of. And you always have a go-to source if you have any questions or so like that. But yeah, so besides, like I think I was mentioned last week or so like that, I know there are some companies that are still thriving really, really good this summer. Um, there are some guys that still very short staff at this point because, I think they're fearful of, um, obviously not having the work available. And I don't know. I just feel like it's a big mixture. You have to continue to recruit. You have to continue to, focus on growth, take every week by week. Sometimes you can take the day by day, but I wouldn't say that in the moving industry because somebody booking you the same day for tomorrow. Um, uh, been through that too many times with the next day moves, and those people are not prepared. And there's a reason why they're doing next day moves is because they weren't prepared, and maybe the company that they were going with bailed on them because they knew that they weren't prepared, and they was probably going to get charged a whole lot more money. So just be
I
mindful of
can tell
those.
you, I can tell you, we've been to, my count might be out, but all 9 moving companies. This will be the 10th that we've stopped at. I've taken a deep dive into their CRMs. I've looked at all their these guys are busy, Dwight. Like there's no quietness from what I've seen. Again, started in Toronto. Now we're talking Northeast only at the moment, but from Toronto all the way over to Boston, these guys have packed schedules. These guys are booking 3 to 4 weeks out at a minimum. Now, we're also talking 10 truckers, 100 truckers. Met with a 4 trucker the other day, all busy. It's a beautiful thing. These guys are ripping and running. So it's a beautiful thing to see. I feel like the industry is coming back. But hey, we've got a lot more moving companies to visit. We've got hundreds and hundreds of companies to visit still to go. So we're very early stages in this trip, but we're also very early stages of peak season. And what we're seeing now is super exciting.
Okay. How many vans you got out there traveling?
One van. Obviously, it's a little bit of an experiment for us to kind of see, hey, does this work? And after 2 weeks, I mean, obviously, still a little bit early to tell, but I'm going to say yes. The looks that this van gets is all over the place, man. This thing absolutely draws attention, and no matter where we go and park this thing, people are coming up and they're like, "Did you catch him? Did you find him?" And it's like, it's an AI generated, human on the side here, and I'm just like, "No, we didn't catch him." But we're doing street interviews. I'm asking folks like, "Hey, do you know of any professional moving companies in the area? Who would you recommend? Who would you choose?" And it's pretty crazy. When you're hitting these major cities, there's always 1 or 2 companies that these folks are, rattling off. And we're talking, there's 300 plus moving companies in the greater Boston area. And it's the same 3 companies that keep coming up across the map. We've been in South Boston, North Boston. We've been all over the place. So, it's put me outside my comfort zone a little bit. I'm not used to walking up to random people on the street with a camera and a mic and almost like a YouTube style Q&A. But boy, has this journey been fun so far?
No, that's awesome. Just getting out there having fun with it, because obviously even you guys that's in the moving business, there's fun to be had, and it doesn't necessarily always have to relate to moving somebody. So getting out there to networking events, getting out there to help the community, being that hometown dominator, is the key, is the focus, unless you are a long distance carrier and that's, you're kind of, never really home. But if you're a local mover, being a hometown dominator where your name is spoken of in so many people's mouth is a good thing, So definitely, get out there in the community. We've helped, like it's like a sports facility. They needed help getting their air balloon up because they had like a indoor, like a indoor balloon facility, where they do all the sports and stuff. So one winter they was trying to build up a new facility and they needed help getting the big balloon or tent up. And we came out there, we helped them out for probably a few hours, freezing cold or whatever the case is. And it was just like one of those things. Now, obviously, it was a lot of people out there, so we're probably, being overshadowed. But again, it was just one of those things where one, we was able to give our guys a little extra money because they was paying hourly just for us to help, be a helping hand. And then 2, it was like, hey, you know what? We can get our name out there. One more client, even if it's, just a regular person, like, oh, hey, I didn't even know you guys were here. Oh, you're a moving company? Oh, me and my girlfriend was looking to move in probably a couple of weeks. What do you guys charge? And, hey, build that conversation up.
Are you in search of a side gig? Get ready to land the ultimate side hustle. Don't let this opportunity slip away. Join Moving Force as a mobile mover. Enjoy the freedom to set your own hours, earn excellent income, and be your own boss. Apply now. Download the app for free, available on the App Store. It's time to make a move, both figuratively and literally.
So
that's another cool piece is we've had the privilege twice now to actually go to a job site and meet the movers there after touring facilities and interviewing executive teams and things like that. To see is what the executive team saying is what their crews are doing. Basically, does the audio match the video? Is a line that we always use here, kind of at Super Move. And I've been fortunate enough to bring a couple customers aside that were in process of being moved and really break down. How did you find company? ABC. We'll just say it. We'll keep names out at this point until we get everything rolling. But how did you find them? Why did you choose them? And their answers are everything that we expect. The transparency, communication. When I called, they picked up. They called me back. When they said they were going to deliver a quote, they delivered a quote. I can't tell you how many of these customers have reached out to moving companies and no callback. Or they've called after hours, like, hey, I called the moving company at 5:30 because I work till 5. They're closed. They had a voicemail. I don't leave voicemails. So, tip for movers, like these consumers are not just calling from 8 to 4, 9 to 5, whatever your hours may be. I tell you, open up those hours. It's peak season. Whether you want some AI voice agents to answer those calls and help distribute those to where they need to go, or you pay a VA or something like that, or EA to answer those calls and get back to these customers, because it is critical right now. So just been very eye-opening. Everything that we've talked about on this podcast of what moving companies should do and how they should do it is exactly what I'm hearing back from the actual customer that's moving, of exactly what they want.
Yeah,
So,
and there was some companies before their time, I like to say, that were helping out in this area as far as having AI co-pilots, what Supermove would call. Or, in my case, it would be called just whatever AI assistants to answer your phone calls after hours or before hours. And versus having a virtual assistant or a VA who can answer calls or whatever the case is after hours or whatever the case is, and you still having to pay them, $7, $8 an hour until your full staff comes back on the next day. They created this AI stuff that was able to generate appointments that, all right, we had a guest here that was a few weeks ago that were, allowing the AI to make outbound calls or inbound calls. And when you call, they ask you specific questions. They say, hey, you know what? We're going to get you on the calendar. We're going to have somebody call you back. What time works best for you? And they have a direct time window that, oh, okay, so 9 to 10 window works best for you. Okay, we'll have somebody give you a call back. And bam, it pops up on the calendar for 9 to 10 callback. And now your sales team could get back to them and say, okay, well, hey, this is the basic information that we were able to collect from you. Is there anything else that we may be missing? Okay, great. Well, hey, here's what you are projected to look at. Only thing we'll need is a deposit of this amount, and bam, it's booked. And you didn't lose out on an opportunity because you kept an efficient system, because customers want to talk to you then at that point in time. Maybe they didn't speak to you directly, but they spoke to your AI. It's better than going to voicemail, because most people may not even want to leave a voicemail. You know what? They didn't answer. I'm going to call another company. I'm going to see who answers.
no, when's the last time you left a voicemail, Dwight?
Today.
Was it to a family member, or was it to an organization? What was it to?
It
What
was
was
an
the nature?
organization.
And what time did you call them?
No, around 8 o'clock, when I would think that they would be open.
Interesting. So did you, now, I don't want to dive into your business, but did you call another organization, or are you waiting for that call back from the first one you called?
So no, obviously this was, me just making calls as far as, moving force goes, putting that out
Oh,
there.
gotcha.
So, just reaching out to these moving businesses, and you would think that they would be open around 8 o'clock. I know that some companies said that they don't open until 8:30 or 9 o'clock or whatever the case is. And it's just like, is it a matter of you just don't want to answer early because maybe you're dispatching? And if that's the case, that's understandable, that, you rather get your guys out the door and then deal with the wave of traffic coming in, bombarding you. Some people just call early to just call early.
All right, guys, my name is Brandon. I'm with Mack's Move Management, and here's 11 steps on how to have a perfect move. The first one, the office should call, or your dispatcher should call the customer 2 days prior to arrival. The reason for this is just in case the customer has a closing on the house, maybe they weren't able to secure, a babysitter for the child or a pet sitter. You definitely want to call 2 days in advance. This helps the customer be prepared, and you make sure that you as well know that you're going to a customer that's also prepared. 2, the crew should also call the customer prior to arrival to the home. After the guys have already geared up, you got all your equipment in your truck, you got your address punched into your GPS, go ahead and either the driver or the helper, give the customer a call or a quick text. let them know that you're en route to your location, and provide them with the ETA. This also sets the expectation for the customer to be back home just in case they want to drop their kids off to school. For the third one, look to keep the customer happy, break the ice in the beginning. So pretty much this means when you walk up to the house, knock on the door with your best mannerism that your mother taught you or father, you knock on the door, introduce yourself. Hi, my name is Brandon. I'm the foreman. This is my helper. And you introduce the team that you have with you.
I mean, if your hours are X and Y and that phone rings, hopefully somebody's picking up. I mean, wow. I can tell you, when I call an organization and it gets to voicemail, I hang up, and then I'm back on Google going to the next. Boop. I want that immediate satisfaction, right? I got a problem I'm looking to solve, and I'm trying to solve it now. I'm not waiting for voicemail. I'm on to the next. And hopefully that second call I make, somebody picks up, I schedule the walkthrough or what have you. But now say another day or two that first company calls back, am I going to deal with them? No, because I already got something else in motion. So food for thought there. I'm actually getting
So
I
Stephen
didn't realize I'm
Reed,
sitting in front of a park.
what is up, Stephen? So he says, "So what's up, Ryan? Just want to
What's up, Steven?
stop in and say hey. And every lead is your lifeline, 100%, Ryan.
We were just, his ears must have been ringing. I was at Dean Van Line's chatting with Oded yesterday, doing some fun stuff over there, and we were talking about the panel that Oded moderated with Stephen Reed, Eric Works, and a couple others about, basically summertimes when it's time to make some hay. Be open. Keep those hours open. Like, we got to get it cracking here. So shout out to you, Stephen Reed. Big fan of you and Big League Movers. Love what you're doing. So
Oh yeah, keep crushing it out there, Stephen. We were actually just talking about the hometown dominator, So first thing to come to mind is Stephen Reed, Big Leagues Movers. But
you can't ask for a better quality human than him and the team, right? So love to swing down there, Stephen. If we're down there in Memphis, man, love to come down and see the operation, shoot some content, and see why you are super, super elite. So shoot me a note, and we'll swing on down throughout our travels.
All right, you heard it. So, yeah, no. So, like I said, guys, this again, we are midway through. Happy 4th of July. Obviously, those that aren't watching this, you'll see it later. So, again, we hope you enjoyed your 4th of July and you were safe. Don't know if most movie companies are going to be off tomorrow or they're going to still be trying to catch whatever traffic is trickling tomorrow. But definitely be safe out there. Be safe with the fireworks because I know that a lot of people are buying fireworks. And to be honest, oh geez, see what happened? Be careful.
See, don't play with fireworks. That'll happen now.
So, I have to say I've in all my years I've still never ever bought fireworks, and I don't plan on it. I watch people do it, but I don't know. I did the sparklers, but that's the extent of it. I'm not lighting anything that's going to make these loud bangs and go up in the air, start a fire, and next thing you know, I got to call the fire department. Nope, not doing it.
Dude, I love me a good fireworks show, and it stinks that I got to head home today because there was a hell of a fireworks show here in Boston. So apparently it's like a top must-see event, but this is what it is.
The family with you.
I don't know if I could, man. Holy cow. Like, you'd think driving around the country, visiting movies, like, no doubt it is fun, but it is mentally and physically draining, right? I mean, we're doing walk and talks, we're doing interviews, we're shooting all sorts of content that we're giving back to the moving company so that they can leverage for their marketing efforts and, shoot some cool success stories and just many things. But, man, I am absolutely drained. But then again, this is 2 weeks straight on the road. I'm looking forward to the weekend of fireworks, good food, and maybe a dip in the pool, and hopefully swing the golf clubs. Hopefully.
Okay. So Steven said we're both invited. So I'm going to take you up on that, Steven. I got to make some rounds around this country as well. But like I said, Moving Force is making a lot of great strides. I've been glad that we're really on schedule now to really helping the companies out on the East Coast. So if you guys are on the East Coast, whether you're Georgia, North Carolina, South Carolina, Wherever you are, definitely reach out to us if you need the extra help. We are, again, making sure that you guys have the right staff that you need in the right place. We actually did tighten up on our vetting process as well. I told Ryan before that we had so many interested people ready to go to work, and it was just too much beyond our measure, where it was like over, what is it, Ryan? I think like 5,700 people ready to go to work.
Yeah, that's
And
wild.
yeah, and it was like, you know what? We can't accept everybody. And that's just a cold hard fact in general. Whether how good a service could be, you just can't accept everybody. So you kind of had it gave us a lot of room to really tighten up and make sure that we can be that elite partner for moving companies by providing them with top-notch people and continue to provide them with top-notch people and making sure that our mobile movers are definitely where they need to be. They're trained, they're vetted, they're right spec of people that you want going on the job for you, and not just guys that look like they're just off the street and just like, hey, where's my money?
Yeah.
I'm only going to do 30
Well, I tell you
minutes.
that the one company that we visited the other day, part of their hiring practice or part of their like initial, I don't want to say fitness test. I mean, this organization is into fitness, into athletics. They've had past Olympians and pro athletes work for them, and they still do to this day. How many moving companies do you know that have Olympians and professional athletes and ex-professional athletes that work for them today? I couldn't find any, but one thing they do for every new hire, and they do this twice a year, it's mandatory. The Harvard football stadium, there's 37 sections in this stadium, and I'll have to show you. I took some videos and pictures. We went down on the field. It was really, really cool. Um, every employee, whether you're a move coordinator, an executive, anybody that gets brought on this organization, runs every stair in the Harvard football stadium. They have 40 minutes to do it. Now, if they don't complete it in 40 minutes, but they still complete it, they're still qualified, right? It's about that effort, that willingness to never give up. And, I thought that was very interesting. So I was like, oh, this can't be that bad. I'm not a big stair guy myself. I'm probably a little bit out of shape, as you can see. But I went ahead and I was like, let me see if I can run one section. And I ran up that section, man. I was gassed, like straight up. I've never seen a football stadium like this, but thought it was really cool that, everybody in their program, from literally their CEO all the way down to, their labor, everybody runs this. And they do it, even once they do it to get on, they still do it as an organization once a year. They also have a health and wellness week where they bring in amazing food. They get massages. They have massage chairs. Another thing I thought was really cool with this company, I don't know where the hell I'm going with this right now, but
Yeah.
every office that they have they have one chiropractor that they've hired for the past 20 years. Every office and location, whether it's a warehouse or corporate office, has a like chiropractic room. And it doesn't matter who needs it, whether it's drivers, laborers, executives, office people, whatever. They have a chiropractor that just travels around and works on people. Like, that's
That is a
freaking
culture,
amazing,
yeah.
right? The culture blew my mind away. The training aspect, I know we touched on it. It's one thing to do your training, to practice that, but emotional intelligence, conflict resolution, the wellness week, mind blown, man. Absolutely mind blown.
Got it. That is a part of your culture, guys.
Did I
So
lose you?
regardless, yeah, I can hear you. So regardless of where you are, what level you're on, your culture starts from top down, starts from you as the CEO. So what you want to bring to your company is going to be the uniqueness that makes your company stand out from the next company. It's going to be
Absolutely.
this is going to be the standout for what makes your company great to what makes your company fail. Because basically what you kind of create in-house is kind of going to roll over or spill over into the field. So if you don't have a culture where you're like, oh, well, we got to be tight, we got to be right, you know, we got to make sure that you guys are satisfied being here. And, it's not necessarily all about the money, even though people are going to work to get paid, but there's other things when money isn't there because the season isn't right. So those are those guys that's going to stay loyal to you. Those are those guys that's going to go over and bat and understand that, hey, we need to make sure that this job is done right and not wrong, because this is going to help us get to that next job. And they're going to be like, okay, when they're in the field, it's not, well, they're not paying me right. I'm going to talk nasty to the about the company to the customer. You know, it's everything. And it starts from you. And it starts on how you carry yourself. Do you talk bad about the next person when they're not in the room? Okay, well, if you do, now they're going to talk bad about you or somebody else that's not in the room. So it starts from you. And once you get it right and you make sure that, yes, you're human, but control your outside talk with friends, the way you talk with your friends, to being a leader in-house, and it will rub off and it will shine in the field, and you'll see the difference in the results. But we are at the half an hour marker, y'all. I hope y'all were able to get some gems out of this. Again, next week is a 2 hour episode. Ryan, make sure you're available. Is a 2 hour episode of our reunion
I gotta
celebration.
figure out how I'm gonna do this.
So definitely join us. We got Stephen Reed in the building, and we got some other amazing people in the building as well. So definitely join us, and we will see y'all next week on this episode. Ryan, anything?
No, just keep grinding, have fun. This is the time to make all the hay here, and maybe I'll be seeing some of y'all on the road that are watching. Would love to come and highlight the organization, see all the reasons why you're elite, dive into the process, dive into the culture, and dive into the people that truly make this wheel go around. So yeah, Super Move signing off, baby. We got
All right,
some more
y'all.
stops and then headed home for the weekend.
All right, y'all. Enjoy your fourth. Y'all take care.